get some unbelievable angles from it, and let's roll it right here. It's in the neutral zone. Carrier comes up the ice, and boom. Some people want to question it. This is playoff hockey. He just lays him flat. That's Tom Wilson hockey. And as this play goes on, the puck ends up squirting in the D zone, and it's a D to D, and a bunch of people are changing. Everybody's flustered, and as the forward closes in, Jacob Chychrun, an unbelievable punt. You see this a lot in the playoffs, and look at these guys come off the bench. Duhaime, an incredible forecheck. It's bouncing. That's a nightmare puck and scenario for a defenseman in Matheson, and this is just a fortunate play. Duhaime thinks his teammate touches it, but that's not the case. Cole Caulfield on the back check, trying to grab these two guys, and it just bounces off his hand and in the net, and just jubilation for the Washington Capitals as they tie this thing up. And once again, look at Tom Wilson on the bench. Look at Ovi, just like a kid. Bones, oh, we got him.
Oh, and now we're joined by the man we were just talking about, Tom Wilson, who's in the middle of everything the last couple of games. Tom, fantastic game. Thanks for coming on. Biz has about 25 questions for you. We're limiting him to just a few, though. Go ahead.
Tom, insane game. How would you describe your last few games at the Bell Center?
I mean, it's really what you dream of when you're a kid playing in this building. You know, it's one of the most passionate fan bases. Obviously, we love it at home, but coming here, it's hostile. The crowd is really loud, and we were able to quiet them down tonight, so that's all you can ask for.
You know, we heard that Spencer Carberry mentioned that he wanted you to have an impact, impose your will, but keep it between the whistles and preferably not on the bench, but on the ice. You did that tonight. You had a huge hit in this game that led to a goal. Could you take us through that play?
Yeah, obviously playoffs is extremely physical. You know, they're hitting, we're hitting. You get hit, you give hits. And, you know, the last couple of games I spent a lot of time in the box, so coming into this one, I just wanted to play between the whistles, play hard. And, you know, there's a lot of hockey to be played, so you just want to keep imposing, you know, keep investing on their guys and just play hard as, you know, every shift you're out there.
Willie, it's Ace. Fantastic game tonight. I'm curious, how do you control your emotions a game like tonight? The atmosphere, the fans are going crazy, Jack Guy's chasing around the ice, Josh Anderson's chasing around the ice too, but you kept your composure and played a hell of a hockey game.
Yeah, I mean, I've taken a lot of stupid penalties in my day, you know, in the playoffs, you know, early on in my career, and, you know, emotions get high. That's why hockey's so great, and, you know, a lot of the time it's just trying to ride that line between, you know, physical, hard hockey and not crossing it and getting into the penalty box and spending time in there. So, you know, you learn as you go, you gain experience. You know, it's almost so loud out there, you have no choice but to just sit on the bench and keep to yourself, because you can't even really talk to your teammates at times. So it's a lot of fun. You know, we're excited to get home.
Final one for me. Better feeling making contact on that hit or skating over the bench and then seeing the reaction from your teammates?
Yeah, the boys were fired up for sure. But, you know, it truly takes everybody. I think tonight we're such a tight group, and it really shows going into that third period, everybody pulling for each other. There was a couple plays earlier in the game I wanted to have back, and, you know, you just go out there and try and play as hard as you can and make a difference, and the boys pick each other up and got it done. So it was a fun one.
Tom, thanks so much for your time. Congrats on the win. Great game.
Amazing game.
Yep. Thanks a lot, guys. See ya.
You know, Bones, I'll come to you, and a lot of this is coaching and conversations with players as they grow and they mature, but I think it's interesting, the self-awareness of Tom Wilson, knowing that he alluded to it right there. A younger Tom Wilson probably takes penalties in this game. Almost certainly takes penalties in this game, and quite a few of them, and we're talking about him for different reasons. But to still play that hard and that physically and find the line, that's difficult.
Yeah, well, Spencer did a great job with him, because he convinced him you can make a huge impact on this game without taking penalties. Just be yourself. Be a physical player, but don't get out of the scrums, because all that does is get the anxiety going again. Make your play, get your hit, and get out of there. And that's what he did all night. And then when you're looking at that tying goal, you're saying, okay, where's the right defenseman? Well, the right defenseman was leveled by Wilson. He's over on the boards. So when they flip it, the only guy back is Caulfield and the left defenseman. The right defenseman, Carrier, poor kid, is trying to get off the ice. They got caught on a change. He got hit so hard. But that's the impact he had. So no penalty, clean hit, like you said, and it turned the whole momentum of the game around.
Yeah, in previous years, he'd be the guy chasing the opposition. And now, like he talked about, maturing and becoming a different player, they're chasing him around. I saw Jack Guy chasing him, Josh
Yep.
Anderson chasing him too.
Anderson
he
in the
turned the
corner,
cheek
right?
and didn't even
Yeah.
think about doing anything.
No,
Played the
Anderson
game.
came in, took a penalty on him, but he didn't react. He just went to the bench, sat down, and got ready for the power play. You know, maybe the last game he's chasing after him, right? So,
And I know we don't have much time to go on the game winner, but Montreal also didn't make many adjustments, especially on that breakout for the Washington Capitals. That stretch play ended up killing them where it went to Dylan Strome, and he was like basically left all alone right in the middle of the ice.
Well, he was, and you don't want that defenseman behind the net with the puck to be able to step out and make that long pass on his forehand. That F1 has to be right up against the post, make the defenseman behind the net either go to the corner or bring him out on his backhand. That guy behind the net should never be allowed to step out there and make that pass, because that was 3 or 4 times they made that play. They almost got a breakaway on it in the third period, but the defenseman came back to catch him. But they were looking for that play, and it ended up, a great play by Washington, but it cost Montreal.
Caps get the win. They lead the series 3-1. We move forward. King